Top 5 hip hop albums of 2024, y'all. Starting with Eminem, The Death of Slim Shady. This is technically a concept album, even though it's not really in my head, but I get it. The concept is that, he's returning to his wild side, and then he's slowly pushing that side out of him and becoming Eminem as the album goes on. And I really like it. Of course, Eminem comes with the lyrics as always, but the actual beats is coming through on here. There's actual bangers coming through on here. And I like the actual production as well, which I think is a lot of times what Eminem is missing on some of his tracks. But this album is one of the best ones of 2024 for sure. No doubt in that. But my favorite album this year is actually LL Cool J, The Force. I actually bought a signed copy of this album. I liked it so much. It's a lyrical masterpiece. LL Cool J influenced Eminem even, and his influences definitely show in here as well. Murdergram, the song with Eminem, he stands next to Eminem and proves that he belongs there in the top lyricist. I mean, he obviously influenced Eminem, so he definitely does, but he still got it, man. I mean, a lot of people look at these old school cats like, oh, they can't really rap with the newer rappers, but no, LL Cool J proves all that wrong with The Force, and Q-Tip has some really good production on there, and I can't lie, it's my favorite on this list for sure. Next one I got is Tyler, the Creator, Chromakopia. A lot of deep meaning. You really got to listen to Tyler's albums a couple times. You can't just listen to it once and be like, okay, this is what it is. No, you really have to rewind it and listen to it to really get what he's trying to say sometimes. And he surpasses his MF Doom influence on here, meaning that he has storytelling and just some beautiful music in general. You can tell that he's becoming more Tyler as he creates music, Next one I got is Logic 8 Ultra 85. This one is probably the upset on here, but I'm not gonna lie. Listen to the album, say what you want about Logic, but when he's committing to just some straight up hip hop music, I mean, he is incredible, and the music is incredible, and the beats are incredible. This whole thing actually connects to a lot of his albums, and it's the definition of a concept album. This guy wrote a whole book of a backstory for this concept album anyway. I mean, it's clear that he had a vision when he was making this album. Now, he kind of dismissed it in recent times, which I didn't like, saying that, I'm going to go back to, I tried some hip hop stuff, so now I'm moving on to Bobby Tarantino stuff or something like that. I didn't really like that kind of message he was sending out. It didn't really connect for me. But listening to this, I want him to stay on this. Do another Ultra 85. I know this has been a long time coming for this album, but listen to it. Tell me if I'm wrong. This is one of the best albums this year. Don't just push Logic to the side because of how you may feel about him. Last one I got is Cooking Soul and the God Fahim Dump Legend, the Cook Saga. This is a Wu-Tang album through and through, and it's not a Wu-Tang album, but it sounds like one. You can hear the Wu-Tang influence on here. The production, the rhymes from the God Fahim. Cookin' Soul is an amazing producer. He's quickly becoming one of my top producers of all time, slowly but surely. I mean, he's not mainstream, but he's big enough to where he's getting his name out there, and I love it. I love what he's bringing on here, the concept, the samples, the kung fu samples like they would do on Wu-Tang as well. You can just hear all the influence in it, and it really shows through that he's his own person too, and I definitely love this. This is one that I don't think a lot of people are going to put on their list, but this is one of the top 5 albums of 2024 this year. I did not put Kendrick on here. All right, get over it. I know all you Kendrick stans are gonna be like, he put Logic on here and didn't put Kendrick. I mean, come on, man. We're not glazing right now. It's a good album, right? It's a good album. Is it the top 5? Obviously not for me. I would put Might Delete Later on here before I put that. I would put Rhapsody's album on here before I put Kendrick on here. I would put a lot of albums before I put Kendrick's album on here. And I love Kendrick's album, but it doesn't stand up to any of these. Logic's album was better than Kendrick's album. Fight me.